Sonic Expo. Hey guys, it's Boostifer. So this year has been pretty cool if you've been keeping up with me or just the channel. We had episode 7 come out this year amongst some real banger uploads, along with some awesome projects I've been voicing for, finally seeing the light of day and what have you. It's been pretty awesome. Part of that awesomeness though has been the fact that not just once, but twice this year I've been invited as a guest to 2 Sonic fan events in a row. What? In August, I was invited to Sonic Expo Atlanta, and just 2 weeks ago, I was invited over to Sonic Expo Dallas, which is in Texas. You're probably thinking to yourself, well then isn't that just one event but in 2 different locations? And you'd be wrong, there's differences, you frickin' frick. Expo Atlanta used to be Sonic and Sega Fan Jam before they rebranded, so while it is still classified as Sonic Expo, it's got it's got Sega characters included into the con's visual theming and all that good stuff. And Dallas is technically the original. It's considered the big one by the folks in charge of the event and stuff. Anyways, I meant to do this way earlier this month, but as soon as I came back from Texas, life was like, hello, did I just catch you having fun? I damn you to fucking being busy for 5 billion years. And I meant to do this earlier this year for Atlanta, but I was like, a week turned into 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks turned into a month, and it was like, the moment's already passed. So I figured it'd just be best to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and go over the haul of the stuff I got during both events, and just kind of talk about my experience as we go and all that good stuff. I'll try to make this intro really quick, even though it's been going on for quite a little bit now. Like I said, I was invited as a content creator guest for both events. My girlfriend Star Chanto was an Artist Alley vendor for Atlanta this year, and then was my one-up guest for the Dallas one, because she does the art for the channel and stuff. Both events I was busy as heck. Day 1 of Atlanta I'm pretty sure was the most lax, but they had me walk back and forth for some Sonic Tubers stuff here and there, as well as I had my meet and greet that day, the first day, which went pretty well, but I was severely underprepared. Day 2 of Atlanta was probably the busiest. I was once again going back and forth and was doing some fun promo stuff for Chow Mix's Star Garden, which I had a panel for that day, but it's kind of lost media. No one recorded it. Anyway, I was present there because if you guys have been paying attention, I am the voice of Orion on the game. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. And then the rest of the day and into day 3 of Atlanta, Sunday, Al and I shared her vendor space and sold a bunch of her art and some remaining Sonic Onslaught stuff that, I wanted to get rid of or sell out, That was Atlanta, and that was great. Dallas, it was kind of more of the same, in a good way, of course. Honestly, Dallas was kind of better. Along with being a content creator guest, I was actually brought on board to the event team kind of prior to the weekend of, to do some production stuff behind the scene. So I'll get to that in just a little bit. Day 1 of Dallas was pretty lax, was mostly just me walking around and meeting up with other content creators and stuff. Mostly took that day as a way to kind of just enjoy the event before Saturday and Sunday, which were the big days really. Friday night, I had actually stuck around for the rave for a little. If you keep up with me on Twitter and Instagram and Blue Sky, you probably saw I did some of the visuals for the rave, and that was insane, so I could have missed that. And it was really awesome seeing that. I was really trying to rep not only myself, but the Sonic stop motion community as a whole with that one. Seeing that play out, with the audience going nuts over the visuals, and G-Wiz DJing as well, was an experience, dude. G-Wiz, if you don't know, was one of the composers for the music on Shadow Generations, so it's a pretty big deal. Day 2, Saturday, was Dallas's Star Garden panel. Like I said, we already had one for Atlanta, but it was kind of last minute. And this one was last minute too. I think Ryan, our Chow Mix, was literally asked the day that they, the first day of Expo, they were asked, hey, do you want to do a Star Garden panel and, fill out that space for Saturday? And he was like, yeah, sure. And so this one was also last minute. But it was great, This one actually managed to catch a recording. My girlfriend actually managed to record the whole thing and post it onto YouTube. So that was awesome. Yeah, just a lot of fun. We had Kizakoto, the voice of Vela, and then there was me, the voice of Orion, and then Q-Teku, who does the music for the game, and then Chrono Crump, who does the art for the manga. Who else was there? It was there was the person behind My Slime Garden, who is another. It's another indie game. They are also like a friend of the Star Garden crew, because I mean they're both like Chao adjacent kind of projects, so, or Chao inspired kind of projects. So he was there, and then there was Ryan, or Chao Mix. But yeah, it was a really good time. There was a lot of folks that showed up, actually. A lot of Orion lovers too. It was super surreal.
All right, Orion.
And then there was Sunday, day 3, was Epic Ninja and I's joint meet and greet, and holy crap, the line was insane. This was our table, and the line went from over here, and then it poured out into the exit of the room. It was a huge line. Oh my god, so many of you showed up just to say hi, or grab some merch, or talk to me and Epic Ninja about our shows, or voice work and whatnot. A lot of you guys wanted me to sign your Onslaught prints, and man, it was just so sick how well that turned out. I love you all, and you know, as long as I come to these and I see how much this whole thing means to like some of you guys, as long as I see that, I'm gonna keep doing this, and I'm gonna keep making Onslaught, you know, episodes until the show is done. Anyways, I might have missed a bunch of stuff with that quick overview, so we're just gonna dive into this stuff, and if something makes me remember something, I'll talk about it. We're gonna have an order to this. I'm gonna do Dallas first, because that's the most recent one, and then Atlanta right afterwards. We're gonna do things that I didn't technically get at the event, but still got during both trips, and then we're going to do like the event's promotional material, then the smaller things like stickers and buttons and goodies and stuff like that. And then we're gonna do the bigger stuff like posters and bigger merch like plushes or bags and standees and all that stuff. Sound good? Alright, let's do this. Okay, so first things first, like I said, we're gonna be going over some of stuff that I didn't necessarily get at the con event itself, but I got either for the event or like during the like trip overall, and I didn't really want to exclude it, you know, from the video, because I mean, like I said, they're part of my experience, so I'm including them anyway. Here we got this boxed Mephiles. My buddy Ivan got this for me. I already have Mephiles. A couple weeks before the trip, he was like, "Hey, do you want another Mephiles?" And I was like, "Sure, sure." And so he just, you know, he showed up to the Airbnb that we were staying at, and you know, just gave me another Mephiles. So, you know, there's that. Then we got this Sonic plush. The story behind this is that my friend Yester Maisie, or Maddie, you guys may know her as the artist behind, they did some of the art for Goal Ring a few years back. Yeah, they're a good friend of mine. Typically, we, you know, after the last day of the event, all of us just kind of head over to round 1. All of us, whether we're like friends or, you know, content creator guests and, you know, staff members, we usually just go after the final day and just hang out, you know, have a good time until, like, you know, it's really, really late. And then we just say our kumbayas and goodbyes and all that stuff. Anyway, round 1, if you don't know, is like an arcade, like, hangout spot. They have like creating games, arcade machine games, you know, bowling, karaoke, all that fun stuff. Just a nice little party area. Anyway, she saw me trying to win this guy and fail super hard, and she was like, okay, let me handle this. I'm a pro at crane games. She apparently is a pro at crane games, and she won me this Sonic. And then afterwards, she was like, "You now owe me like your firstborn child or something like that." And I was like, "Okay, all right." Here, got this Burger King Sonic toy. Saturday, my friends Cess and Alex, or you guys might know them as the Chaos Spirit and Mr. Pasquale, they were just getting, you know, lunch for you know, the whole squad. And they went to go get Burger King, and they were like, "Hey, do you want anything from Burger King?" And I was like, "Can you get me the kid's toy? I want the Sonic toy." They were like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" I actually really like this guy. I'm gonna keep him right over like here throughout like the entirety of the video. Okay, now on to Sonic Expo Dallas. All the things. This is all the stuff that I got for Expo Dallas. I'm gonna try not to spend too much time on this. Number one, because when I initially recorded this, I took way too long going over everything. I'm gonna try to speed it up as much as I can, and I think I'm already failing at that. So let's go. Anyway, real quick before we do any of that, here was my lanyard. We got keychains. This was by Ocarina. I'm pretty sure I showed this art on the 2023 Sonic Expo thingy. I'm not sure if it's gonna focus. Anyway, okay, now the actual stuff from Sonic Expo. Here we go. Okay, so this was my badge this year for Expo Dallas. The visual theme of the event. Oh my gosh, that glare! Ugh! The visual theme of the event was their Sonic, their little like Tron kind of cyber Neo Mobius. This was Blaze's design, and they had her as the featured artwork on the content creator guest badge. But the event had like this little thing where you could go up to different vendors around the event, and you could stick on like specific like these flags onto your thingy. I know people that had like a boatload, like Mighty Sen. He had like a whole like reached down to like his shoes. It was so cool. I did not get a lot, and had my girlfriend not been there, I probably wouldn't have like any, honestly. But she got me this Sonic one, and then she got me this Metal Sonic one. And at the like the check-in for the event, they had pronoun flags for people picking up their badges in case, you know, they wanted that. And, you know, like I said, I wasn't gonna, you know, get a bunch of these to begin with, but, you know, I thought I would indulge. You know, we like to keep it woke here on the Boostifer show, nice and progressive. So, you know, I got my little pronouns here, my he, him, very, I'm cis. I'm just a guy. I really like the designs for these things. I really like the one for Atlanta in particular, but I really like the whole like Neo Mobius thing. We're gonna get more into that because we actually have the official Dallas Sonic Expo booklet. This thing is always a given. This is always really cool. Oops, shoot. This is the map of the event. And then they have, I think mine came out printed wrong, because if you can see right here, if it'll focus, oh my god. Okay, it's focusing, but I think mine actually was printed wrong. This is actually a list of all like the, you know, the cool people and stuff, you know, Artist Alley, the community event, you know, tables and stuff like that, you know, the comic book artists and the talent and the voice actors and all that stuff. However, some of, like I said, I think this was printed wrong, because as you can see, these are the voice actors right over here, and they got kind of cut off right here. That's unfortunate. I don't know if they were all like that, but hey, if, you know, maybe I have a funky rare one or whatever. But yeah, this is cool. And then yeah, this is the rest of the booklet. You know, it's just kind of got all the information just like throughout the pages. Really cool stuff. You got all the sponsors and, you know, backers and supporters behind the event and all that stuff. You have another map over here and like a list of like things to kind of like do. That's cool. That was one page right there. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but yeah, this is the schedule and the panel rooms. I'm pretty sure these are the only tournaments that they had. They had Sonic Racing Crossroads, Star Garden, I voiced for that game, and then Sonic Riders Tournament Edition. And then you could scan this if you wanted to participate in that. I don't think you could do that now, but you know, you could feel free to try it if you feel so inclined. Looking nice in HD for you. There you go. And then here's all the scheduled Jam Zone like musicians. Oh my god, it'll focus. Here we go. All these scheduled Jam Zone musician kind of like times in case you wanted to make sure you weren't late or anything like that. And then of course you got the page with all the like guests and stuff, like the industry guests that work on like the Sonic itself, right? You got all the voice actors from Devin Mack to David Humphrey, Charlie Campbell. He's the voice of Old Man Owl from Sonic OVA. Ian Hanlon, Kirk Thornton, Lisa Ortiz, Pete Capella, Ryan Drummond, Scott Dreyer. All of those that don't really need any introduction, because if you like, if I feel like if you like Sonic, you probably have been keeping up with the main guys who do the voices and stuff. But yeah, then we got the rave guests, people in charge of like the rave and all that stuff. Suzubra, T-Lopes, and G Wiz, like I said, one of the composers for Shadow Generations. Saturday night they had a concert with Johnny Giueli, Josh Typal, I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name, I'm pretty sure, TJ Davis and Bentley Jones. I didn't get to see that one, but I heard it was a great time from the videos I saw. And then we had the comic artists and like writers that work on the IDW comics, and most modern Sonic material kind of going forward and stuff like that. Really cool. I didn't meet with a lot of the guests on here because I was trying my best to budget and not go like into the negatives like I did with Atlanta, because I was in Texas, I was out of state, so I didn't want to like get too crazy and end up broke on the street and homeless. But I'll it's fine. Well, I did met up with Daniel Barnes and Tracy Yardley, and I think I saw Gigi at Atlanta. I had already met with Adam Bryce Thomas some years back anyway. We'll get to that when we get to that for the Atlanta stuff. Oh, and this page, this is kind of closing out the booklet. This is actually the page that kind of has like the script for the story, the origin story of Dia Nova, and how the Dia Nova, if you don't know, was the Sonic Expo Dallas's Sonic OC that they debuted as like a mascot for I think just Sonic Expo in general. Really cool stuff. I was actually brought on to voice Sonic for a kind of visual novel version of this like sort of thing. I am not going to go over this in its entirety, but this was the script that I was provided. I don't know when that visual novel thing is supposed to come out, but I thought it was going to debut at Expo, but I don't think that they found a spot specifically to have it play out and stuff like that. But who knows? Maybe they'll upload it on like the official Chaos Creators YouTube channel or the Sonic Expo Dallas like thingy sometime later. But yeah, very cool. One thing that I really wanted to show off was, as thanks for my contributions on the event. Like I said, I did. Oh my god, that glare is crazy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm blinding the solar flare. I'm blinding the crap out of you guys. But yeah, as thanks for my contributions and all the other volunteers and contributors to the event, they had a teeny tiny Art of Sonic Expo Dallas booklet that they gave out to anyone that helped with the event, whether it be the content creators that voiced on the Dia Nova origin story thingy or whatever, or just people that were helping out with this. And this is very cool. I'm a big fan of art books, and this isn't like the craziest thing. It's like not even a page, but I'm a big fan of like having like all your art in like one book, and just kind of showcasing everyone's like contributions and stuff for the project. Very cool stuff. You got all the character renders. They worked really hard on this, and oh my gosh, I really love the art styles. But yeah, as small as this is, I really like this really teeny tiny mini booklet. Honestly, I wish it was like way bigger. I would totally kill for like a bigger art book with like all these renders and stuff, having like their own pages and stuff, and like descriptions of all the characters, and maybe like some lore of the AU and all that stuff, because I really like this. I really like the designs. They had a lot of fun. Everyone that worked on the event really worked hard on this kind of AU aesthetic kind of thing. I'm gonna try to zoom in onto all of this artwork as much as I can. Try to show off all of it as slowly as possible, because I really like what they were going for. It was really out there, and it's honestly nothing I've ever seen before for Sonic, fan events and stuff like that. Oh, this glare is crazy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, and then on this corner right over here, they have the lists of people that volunteered and actually helped out with the event, whether it was like, helping out with like the art and design, or like, helping out with like the rave, or the social media and the Neo Mobius project and all that stuff. Focus. Oh, it focused. Okay, awesome. Yeah, great. Yeah, you can see that I helped out with the rave, and then I also helped out with the Neo Mobius thingy. I keep calling it a visual novel, like dub over of like the script and stuff, but I don't even actually know what it is. All I know is that I voiced Sonic for it. So technically, this guy right over here, this Sonky right here, that's this guy is me. That's me right there. Thank you so much to Jam for reaching out to me. They were the one in charge of the Neo Mobius stuff. And thank you to the crew for letting me be part of this as more than just like, just part of the content creator guest roster and stuff. And I can't wait to do more stuff for the event later on down the line. Yeah. Oh, brother. Oh, go. Oh, okay, here we go. I don't want to mess anything up, because this goodie bag was actually given to me by one of the people that showed up at my meet and greet with Epic Ninja. And they had like a bunch of cool goodies in that. I used it for all the goodies, like all the tiny stickers and stuff that I got. But it was primarily a couple things, and I'll get to that in just a second. There's some things here I want to show as like an extension of the Expo Dallas, volunteering gifts and whatever. Okay, we got a good bit to cover. I got a bunch of trinkets. These were given in another goodie bag, not this goodie bag, but another goodie bag that Jovial Knights, or Jovi, gave to everyone. That included the art book, or the art booklet featuring all the Neo Mobius stuff. First of all, they gave me just a little quick thank you card. Nothing really crazy, but it's special to me because, number one, it's a thank you, and also, hey, it spells my name right. Yeah, it's Boostifer, guys. It's Boostifer, not Boostifer. Ah! And then along with that, they gave us these two really cool Sonic Expo stickers. This is just a sticker of the logo for the event, and then this one is just largest Sonic convention in the world. They're not wrong. It is the largest one to date, the largest Sonic fan event to date, and they should be proud of that. Got this sticker by someone who came over to my meet and greet table with Epic Ninja. I don't know who the artist is. Hold on, there's an ad right there. There's an ad right there. Let me see. I'm gonna read it off screen real quick. It was B.Layered2. I think they're on Instagram. Like I said, the person that gave me this good old gold goodie bag actually came with the goodie bag with their own specific like goodies and stuff. They go by Gits Art Dumpo. I was trying to read it off screen. Sorry. Gits Art Dumpo on Twitter and Blue Sky, and then Instagram. They go by Itsy Rules. I don't know why my thing is having such a hard time focusing, but anyways, they stopped by our table, gave us those goodie bags, and they had these. And then they also had just a bunch of miscellaneous stickers, not necessarily Sonic themed or anything like that, but they were pretty cool. I got this one right here with like the sun and the moon, and then this one with like a jar, and then this one with like the UFO. I'm abducting someone. That's cool. And then this shadow from Sonic Movie 3, really cool. This one of Saturn, and then this one of the Spookster pumpkin, the jack-o'-lantern. This one of Saturn again. Really cool, like kind of like psychedelic looking stickers, neon stickers and stuff like that. Really cool. I really appreciate you giving these out to me. And then the goodie bag came with like these two these two Chaos Emeralds, you know, the green one and orange one. Thank you so much for coming to our table, and it was a pleasure meeting you. Let me just say before I wrap up talking about them, they were super nice, of course, and they just wanted to show, they had like a container that had a bunch of all like their Sonic Jack specific like customs and stuff. But they were like, yeah, I love what you guys do with your stop motions and stuff like that. And, you know, I felt compelled to, like, show you guys my Sonic customs. And it was super cool. They had, like, a bunch. They had Darkspine. They had Tom and Maddie and Chris and some other characters I can't really remember right off the bat. But it was really cool meeting them. Next thing, real quick, I don't know who made this in particular. I don't know which vendor sold this in particular. I'll try to find out and put like an or like a screen cap of like their like page or anything like that they might have. But they had like these really cute like named like bracelets and stuff, and I didn't get this. It was actually a gift from my girlfriend. She got an Amy one, and she was like, hey, wear this. And I was like, okay, cool. Went to my friend Yester Maisie's table, or Maddie. I actually think I got way more than these, but I think I either lost them or I think I gave them to my girlfriend. I'm pretty sure I gave one of them to my girlfriend and the other one I lost. Anyways, continuing, I had to stop by my buddy Balena Productions table. Steve is a friend of mine, and I wanted to, I didn't have to, but I wanted to show support, meeting them for the first time. So I bought a bunch of stuff from their table. Went to my buddy Cisco's meet and greet. Just wanted to stop by and say hi. If you guys know who Cisco is, you'll know them as the singer for Emerald Radio, aka the guys behind Best Foot Forward intro for Sonic Onslaught. I just wanted to stop by, say hi, talk to them for a little, and just support him. So I just bought a bunch of these. And then if you guys remember, I had actually mentioned that Sonic Toast was actually attending as a guest for the event. He was very excited to meet me, and vice versa. But like, I was just gushing to him about like, Sonic stop motion would not be where it is if it wasn't for him making those kiss my butt films like all those years back. Like, man, those videos are like almost 20 years old now. It's kind of crazy to think. He had his meet and greet when the Star Garden panel was happening, so I couldn't meet him, but he was very nice enough to like stop by our meet and greet table, and he wanted to give us some goodies. So he gave me this Sonic Toast pin, and then he gave us these stickers of like his Sona. You've got obviously you got just his regular Sona, for the channel, just his Toast with the Sonic sneakers and the Mario hat, really cute. But also he had like these iterations where he was as like some of the Ninja Turtles. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for being so freaking cool. Like I said, if you're watching this, like I said, you are a huge inspiration to what I do. And it would be stupid not to mention how much of a pillar you are for Sonic stop motion and Sonic YouTube as a whole. So, yeah, thank you. Got this sticker by Epic Ninja, of course, as I was a given. We traded a bunch of goodies after our meet and greet was over. And then real quick, here are some of Balena Productions' business cards. Okay, and now moving on to the bigger stuff like the prints and whatnot. We're gonna go through these real fast. Actually, I completely forgot to cover these. These were the stickers I made for the event for the meet and greet. I had Cisco sign this because I forgot to bring this, which I'll get to in just a second. And I wanted him to sign at least something just in case. Before we move on to the actual prints and other goodies and stuff like that, I want to cover this really, really cool Sonic art book by, I think, Bunny Box or Boxer Bunny? Let me see. Boxer Bun. They were an artist in the Artist Alley vendor, and I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I really like art books. I really like art books specifically for like fan creators and stuff. Art books in general are really cool, but like if I'm able to like just like buy your art into like a catalog of all this stuff, like I love that. I love that. I think more fan artists should kind of do that. Cool. I really love the aesthetic. I really love the style. Gotta go fast fashion, which is I'm gonna keep this sealed. I opened this already, but I'm gonna keep the kind of like sleeve because of this thing in particular. This really cute, uh, this really cute tag that kind of has like, oh, this is the first volume of this series or whatever. Really cool stuff. Oh my gosh, and this is really cute. It's got it's got the theme, like I said, is apparel and stuff like that. But some of this stuff isn't actually like truly like actually serious, and I think that's the cutest part about it. You've got the description for the inspiration for like the characters, like clothes and stuff and all that good stuff. But one of my favorite parts about this is that it actually has the list of things on their stuff and where they got it and the prices for every little thing on their on their drip, on their fit. Sonic has Lightning McQueen Crocs and all this cool stuff, man. I'm not gonna spend too much time individually on all pages. I'm gonna kind of go by all of them, and it's focused enough so that you guys can like pause and read them. But yeah, this is really cool. Like I said, I think all artists should make like tiny like art books like this. Honestly, seeing stuff like this and the Expo one makes me want to do something like this for Onslaught with all the like concept art. Like there's like years of concept art. So honestly, I might just do this in the future as like a a little gift for like all of you guys. This is really cool. This is like a fake ad for Chaos Zero or Chaos Cola in universe and stuff. Reset the sugar-free, calorie-free way. And then the final page has the artist with their Sona's head, to cover up their identity and stuff like that, which is kind of a given. Yeah, of course. Yeah, really cute stuff, really Y2K kind of styled. Anyways, I don't want to spend too much time on one thing, but please go support Boxer Bunny. I really like this artist. Really cute art style. I don't know if I said this at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to be posting links in the description for all of these artists that I picked up stuff from, or like, content creators that I picked up stuff from, so, Alright, now on the prints. Let's blow past this because I have a lot of stuff still left, and I want to get to the Atlanta stuff as fast as possible. Okay, real quick. Okay, first things first, like I said, I didn't really go to meet a lot of the guests because I was really trying to budget this time around and not go super homeless, broke, poor this time around. But I said I wanted to meet one of the guests in particular, and that was Devin Mack, who is the voice of Sonic on Sonic Prime, and currently my favorite Sonic voice actor. I'm a big fan of not only his Sonic voice. I generally like Sonic with a higher kind of volume, kind of higher registry pitch and stuff like that, and I think he scratches that part of my brain, he scratches that for me pretty well. Like, he's really reminiscent, in my opinion, of Ryan Drummond and like early Jason Griffith and stuff like that. Despite my opinions on Sonic Prime, I'm a really big fan of Devin Mack Sonic in particular. So I was waiting in line for to meet him, and technically I didn't have to do that because I am a guest, so I have VIP privileges, so I could have just like cut the whole line and met him before anyone else. But I didn't want to do that because by the time I realized that, I was like already like halfway, and I was like, do I really want to be an asshole and be that guy? I was like, no, I'm gonna just continue waiting in line like a good guy. So yeah, I had already bought this previously because I wanted to, I specifically wanted him to sign this figure. I didn't know that he was gonna have
have posters and stuff at his table, but you know, I bought one of these anyway. I really like this poster for Sonic Prime in general. This is one of my favorite of like their marketing promos anyways. So yeah, but yeah, I waited in line, I met up with him, and we had already talked prior on Twitter and stuff, like via DMs and messages and stuff, but I wasn't expecting him to like actually remember me, and he very much did. And I was like completely taken aback because I went to go, like I stood up in front of him after the line, and he was like, "You're Boostifer. I know you. I watch your stuff all the time. I see you on my timeline all the time." And I was like, Don't do this to me, dude. Oh my gosh." And he was like really cool, and he was like, "Yeah, I love your stuff on, you know, Star Garden. You know, you're working with Lizzie Freeman, David Humphrey, and Xena Robinson on that game. You know, they are technically my co-workers on that project, you know. As you guys might know, Lizzie Freeman voices Lyra, Xena Robinson voices Jack Flash, and then David Humphrey voices the antagonist for the game, Lixus, I think that's his name, and then I voice Orion. I was just like completely bewildered that he had actually like kept up with my stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, you're doing great out there. You're like kicking ass," and all that stuff. And I was like, "This is so bizarre." Anyway, yeah, I asked him to sign both of these things, and he left them both with these messages. And I'm not gonna act like I'm too cool to geek out about them. Being told by an official Sonic voice actor that I might be voicing Sonic one day with the direction I'm going with my career and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, that's freaking insane. That's pretty crazy. I don't, you know, voice act professionally with the intent to, oh, I'm gonna voice Sonic one day, you know, like officially and stuff like that. I just voice act because I love acting. Sonic voice actors and Sonic voice acting, I won't lie, of course, that is one of the main reasons why I am a voice actor nowadays. So, you know, hearing that sort of thing is really, really surreal. Devin, if you're watching this, thank you so much for humoring me. Yeah, I was a total mess after this, and my friends were like totally teasing me after this. But yeah, thank you so much for the kind words, and I can't wait to work with you in the future, if that day ever comes. But, you know, whatever happens, happens. Anyway, we're gonna go over this real quick. This is one of the Onslaught prints that I was actually giving out during my meet and greet, but this particular one is special because if you guys have noticed, this one has like a bunch of signatures all over the page. I brought this particular one to Dallas so I can make sure that I get every signature of all the people working on the show, and I brought this one over to Atlanta as well. Some people that have their signatures written on this haven't actually debuted on the show just yet, but you know, I'm not gonna spoil anything for you guys. If you guys have any guesses for any of these cast members and team members, be my guest. But I'm not gonna spoil that for you guys. Anyway, that's that. And then I got this print by Epic Ninja for his show Sonic Corruption. Very cool. He signed it down at the bottom. Like I said, we had exchanged a bunch of our goodies after our meet and greet was over. But yeah, really cool stuff. Thank you, Epic Ninja, for you know, being my partner during the meet and greet. It was awesome meeting you for the first time, buddy. Anyway, okay, let's wrap this up real quick. Okay, so this was a print of Soras from the, oh my god, best Sonic fanfiction ever by Valena. Like I said, I had gotten a bunch of stuff from his table, such as this, and then this print right over here. I'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, I bought this one. I really like the material on this. This is really durable. And all of Rihanna's art on Valena is amazing. This one right here is the Sonic Christmas, or Christmas with Sonic art specifically done for, I mean, Christmas with Sonic. Got this really cool shadow print by Canon Construction at his meet and greet. It was really awesome meeting you, buddy. And then, of course, we got this really cute print of Emsbury and her Sonas, plural, that she gave out at her meet and greet. I unfortunately missed her meet and greet, but she was, I mean, she's my friend, so she was she was just like, hey, it's okay, just come over to my hotel room and I'll give you one of the prints. So yeah, she had saved one for me and my girlfriend, and we just ran by there just to hang out for a little bit. Subscribe to Emsbury, please. Please, for the love of God, please do, because she said she was going to bomb my house. And that's just about it for the Expo Dallas stuff. But before we move on to the Expo Atlanta stuff, I'm going to touch up on some things real quick. My buddy Irvin was at the event, and he kind of gave me these cute little thingies of his Sona, and then his little indie project right over here, Colvaria. And then we can't move on to Expo Atlanta without talking about this really cool Sonic Expo baggie that I had bought at the event. I had originally wanted to get this at Atlanta, but I had no idea where people were getting these. And I saw them kind of selling these at the front, and I was like, I need to get my hands on one of these. This is actually the art for the 2023 Sonic Expo. I really like the art that they do every year for these events. So I wanted to get my hands on these. And hey, I'm probably going to be using this for more than just Sonic event stuff. I'll probably be using this to for whenever I go to the pool or something like that. But yeah, cool beans. That was Dallas Sonic Expo right over there. Moving on to Atlanta. Alright, Sonic Expo Atlanta. I didn't do a lot of contributions for the event itself, but I got a copious amounts of things during this event. So I'm going to try to go through this as fast as possible. I literally just said that I was going to do that for the Dallas one. That was not fast as possible whatsoever. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so first things first, real quick, I did, this was one of the free stickers I gave out for Atlanta Sonic Expo. I completely forgot to put my link at the bottom right of this one, but hey, it looks nice. Hey, and this was the badge that they were giving out to the content creator guests. I really am a big fan of Sonic Expo Atlanta's whole Sega mix kind of thing. It differentiates the two, and I think it's really cool. I forgot my lanyard at home during the event, unfortunately, though. We had to compromise, and I just stuck my Lightspeed Sonic button in between the my shirt and the badge, and I just had it stuck onto my right side of my chest throughout the whole event. The art on the Expo Atlanta 2025 was done by Coulson Art. You guys might know them as the artist behind the Sonic and the Seven Symphony. Sonic and the Seven Symphonies, I think that's what it's called. Great artist. I'm proudly one of Knights' 3 fans that exists. So this one, I really love how this one looks. Then of course we have the Expo Atlanta booklet that kind of goes over all you need to know about the event. Yeah, you can see the sponsors on here, the map of the event, and the things to do. But yeah, that's the map, things to do, and of course the schedule. Anyway, here's all the guests, the voice actors that showed up to the Atlanta one, and then of course the comic artists and writers. I did meet Daniel and Tracy Yardley and Gigi. What was I gonna say? I met up with Daniel several times throughout the event. Number one, because we both work on Star Garden. His character, Jack Flash from Endless Fantasia, is going to be a DLC character. I already mentioned that with Zena Robinson voicing his character. We were all singing karaoke at round 1 at Atlanta. He was singing the Pokemon theme song. He was having a freaking great time with that. But yeah, awesome dude. Great hanging out with him. And let's see who else. Yeah, I guess these were the guests for the I guess the industry guests for Expo Atlanta. Honestly, they used to have a whole roster of all the content creator guests somewhere on here. But it's totally cool. I don't care. Standard stuff, really cool booklet. Okay, so here we got the Echo the Dolphin fan club button. This panel was hosted by my friend Maddie and Jovi. It was kind of all over the place, but it was really, really funny. So, we had a good time with this. I really, really liked it. And then I had gotten stickers and art by this one artist. I think their name was the Secret of Mirai, I think. Really, really great art. Oh my gosh, I got so much stuff from dude. This is gonna give the people. Yeah, this is probably gonna give someone a seizure. Oh my god, it's the power of Mirai. That's what their name was. I got a bunch of stickers from their table. Really love their art style. Very like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a very markery kind of look. Reminds me a lot of like early Archie, like 2000s, like Archie Sonic comics and stuff like that. This one's based off the Dragon Ball Super manga cover with all the characters doing the exact same pose, except this is in their art style. And then we have this one of Sonic right over here, and then we have this one of Sonic and Shadow. Super cool. And then there was another one right over here. I got one of X from Mega Man X. Really cool. Love this. And then I got a bunch of stuff from my buddy Arion, who you guys know as the creator of Sonic Villains. I ran into him and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna buy all of your stock for everything. I'm just gonna like live it up. I'm just gonna buy all of your Sonic Villains stock. And this is how you know that I should not be trusted with a wallet or debit card or credit card. I bought all of his stock, and I mean, how could you not? This is great art. Yeah, some of this is for Sonic Villains. Some of this is for some other projects he's on. Oh, this is by Maddie. I was actually staying at Maddie's hotel room because I didn't want to drive from Atlanta over to where I live, which was like an hour away every day. So I was just like, hey, can I stay at your hotel room? And she was like, yeah, dude, we got like an extra bed. You can use it. That's totally cool. And she gave me this really cute sticker. Anyway, yeah, more of Arion's art for Sonic Villains. Really cute stuff. I don't remember who this was in particular. I think this art is very cute, but this artist went up to Ali and I's Artist Alley table and gave this to us as a gift. I think they saw the episode 7 Table for 2 thumbnail poster, and they were like, hey, yeah, here's Son Amy, here, take it. And I was like, oh, awesome, great, cute art, I like this. And then of course some other friends I saw at Expo Atlanta. I saw them at Dallas too, but I didn't have time to meet up with them again. I had met my friends over on Adrenaline Dubs. If you guys don't know, like 75% of the cast of Sonic Onslaught is just folks from Adrenaline Dubs. So I went over to the table and just bought a bunch of their stock. Ryan was like, hey, yeah, not a lot of people are buying the stickers. And I was like, you know what? Let's change that right now. And I just bought the entire set of like their Sonys and stuff. Very cool. Yeah, really cute art. Oh, this is Arion's Sonic Frontiers poster that he made. So Arion didn't necessarily have like prints. Well, he did have prints, but he didn't necessarily have like traditional prints for everything. His idea was like, oh, these are stickers that could be used as posters. Really, really neat idea. But yeah, I got this one from him. Nice. And then another thing I got from him was this Sonic Villains print poster sticker thingy. I had to, because had to rep the squad, This hardcover archive volume of Scrapnik Island. I already have the entirety of Scrapnik Island in paperback, but I only got this one because Daniel Barnes was selling a bunch of these, and I wanted him to sign my copy, or like I wanted him to sign like the actual book itself. So yeah, I remember I had gotten a Scrapnik Island poster back in 2023 Sonic Expo Dallas, And I wanted to get, you know, another Scrapnik thing, because I know this is Scrapnik Island is pretty much his baby. And I mean, shoot, it'd be my baby too if I wrote it. It's such a nicely well written story. So you know, I just needed to represent the boy, his magnum opus. Some business cards real quick. What am I doing here, you narcissist? We're already on your channel. You don't need to plug your stuff anymore. Arrgh, get out of here, Boostifer. And then we have the Adrenaline Doves business card. You got a VR. VR? Is that the thing for the thing? So you can scan it and go to their channel and you. But yeah, like I said, Adrenaline Doves, good buddies with them. A lot of friends that work on that channel. Sonic the VTuber, Chris, great buddy of mine. I've known him for a super duper long time. Actually, I'm gonna pick this up real quick again, just to give props to Chris real quick. Chris, not only is he a Sonic VTuber, but he is technically one of, if not the very first Sonic VTuber, kind of beating out the official Sonic VTuber models that they do for like Tails Tube and stuff like that. So, you know, give that man his flowers. Daniel Barnes, Endless Fantasia promo over here. I thought I'd pick this up because, yeah, that's oomph. That's oomph right there. Of course I have to. That's oomph. Got this really cool Sonic standee by Sabas Art. Oh no! I'm pretty sure I bought some other stuff, like some keychains and stuff. Yeah, I think I bought like some cute little Tuxedo Cat earrings, and like some Gohan and Videl art. I bought the Tuxedo Cat earrings because they looked like my cat, Kiki. And then of course we have this cute little Froggy plush. I don't remember who. Oh no. This was done by Oomph. This was done by Kaiju Creates. I'm pretty sure that's their name. This fan that my girlfriend got from, I'm not sure. I'm gonna put their on the screen. But the venue was hot as hell. She got two of these, one for her, one for me. And this was actually a total lifesaver because it was really freaking hot in that room. So the whole time we just had, a lot of people just had these because it was so hot. Alright, so now let's wrap things up with the prints. I did not get a lot of prints like I did the Dallas one. But, you know, like I said, this video has been going on for so long as is. We're gonna go past these. Okay, so like I said, I had met Tracy Yardley. For the longest time, he was my favorite Sonic artist. I think he still is my favorite Sonic artist. I, you know, kept up with his stuff on Archie back when I was a kiddo, and I was like, yeah, I need to get stuff from you. And I caught him at the very tail end of the event on Sunday. I was like, hey, I'm sorry to like bother you and stuff. Can I just like buy these from you? He was like super soft spoken. He was like very, very nice. He was like, yeah, of course. And I bought this Sonic Adventure 2 print, of course, why not? Because Sonic Adventure 2, best Sonic game. Everyone knows that. Don't argue with me, I don't give a fuck. And then I got this Sonic 3 and Knuckles print. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is one of my favorite Sonic games. I don't know where I would put it nowadays. Maybe I'll make like a video explaining like my list or something like that. But I had to get this one too. This one has Hypersonic right over here. And then I got this neato print from my friends over at Adrenaline Dubs. This is also one of those things that I was at their table and they were like, yeah, not a lot of people have bought these from us, and I was like, hey man, let's change that. Thank you, Adrenaline Dubs, for all your hard work. Love you long time. Heart emoji. Humongous Sonic villains print from Arion, or specifically House of Needle Mouse, which I think was like this little offshoot thing that Arion did for the fan film some years back. And then real quick, because I completely forgot to mention these were like little toppers for the like food, like cafeteria that they had. They would put these on top of like, I think like some of like the burgers, the food and stuff like that. And some of these were just laying around. And I stole them. I stole them for myself. But yeah, that's everything for Sonic Expo Atlanta. So that pretty much wraps it up for my Sonic Expo haul, covering both Atlanta and Dallas this year. I had such a good time during both events, and I heavily recommend coming to one of these at least once in your lifetime for sure. Sonic Expo is without a doubt one of the best, if not the best, Sonic fan event in the world, and if it's not that, I can safely say it's definitely the biggest. I'll keep coming to these so long as I'm invited, so if you missed me here, I can guarantee there's always next year for sure. Shoutouts once again to Epic Ninja and my beautiful girlfriend Star Chanto for collabing with me during my times tabling. Shoutout to Nia Celeste, they were Epic Ninja and I's assistant, helping us with our meet and greet and managing our line to make sure everyone got to us in an orderly fashion. Shout out to the squad and the fam and every one of my Sonic Tour buddies that I managed to catch at both events. And once again, thank you guys for watching the channel. It's events like these that let me know that my stuff does impact people, and it motivates me to keep making more content for you guys. Seriously, an hour was not enough time to speak to all of you guys individually. I wish that I had more time, but you know, I'm grateful of the time that we did have. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys. Anyways, this video has been going on for way too long. Toodles!